Okay. I think I should be good here. Chat. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's working. I need someone to say hello before I know if it's working. Activated. Glad you're here. I'll give it another minute or two, as I usually do. We'll let people get sorted. Oh, get over and join us. Oh, let's see. Got a lot from our X account requests. Members, I get it, right? It's kind of a crazy time. Who's that? Hey, man. Tarmo, Millman. You guys should, if you saw my setup, I have to move from the mic over to the screen to read it. Because I part of me regrets getting this giant monitor. It's not good for live streaming. Anyway, we'll get started here. Just I usually start 3-4 minutes. Another minute. Oh, I'm waiting for Andreas. See if he can give me a better link. I don't think so. All right, 1 minute. Okay, let's go for it. Depeche, yo. Always glad to see Depeche. Depeche, did you post? You didn't post, did you? Curious what you're thinking. Love your work. Okay, let me get rid of disclaim. Okay, so Andreas, right? He's very enthusiastically bullish on Bitcoin Silver and has got me, kind of keeping an eye on it. As I said a couple of weeks ago, I made some derogatory comments. And I got some harsh feedback on that. What a moron I am. So I've been watching it, right? I'm kind of curious. I understand the benefits, right? Because I went and dug around, read about it. Now, bullish or not, right? If you're looking at a chart like this. Now, Andreas, the chart you sent me, I tried to find it for you with your link. What you sent me was your SPX. This is what I got from you. I didn't get your Bitcoin Silver. So I thought maybe I could just type it in and I would get it, but I didn't. So we'll just work from what I've got, and we've looked at this last 3 or 4 live streams. He must, I think he's, well, I don't know what his positioning is in this asset. Okay, so that's out of log, right? Do we need to be in log? Well, I mean, if we looked at the range here, might make it worthwhile. But I think it distorts too much, right? This is always the problem when you go to log, right? It's distorting your eye, so you just have to be really careful about that. So if we look here and just, okay, what's the most obvious, right? Often with Elliott, now of course there are times where, like right now, the Bitcoin count is 20 Elliotticians getting to 20 counts. Very difficult to get a handle on it, right? Which is why I try and emphasize, you want to look for those opportunities where it's just drop dead. You can't fucking miss it. Like you would have to turn your brain off to not see the 5s and 3s. That's where you want to trade, right? We get, it's just common, right? We get attached to either assets or bias, right? I mean, I fight that as well. I mean, right now, I think the key here is less trading, not more. Be very strategic and thoughtful about what you're trading in. Anything that you're buying, right, is, with few exceptions, right, is counter trend if you're buying. Right now, there are some exceptions, right? I'm not saying everything is going down. Some things are going up. Gold's going up, right? Certain things are going up. And so there will always be some up and down. But the general, I mean, I'm just looking over at my Thinkorswim board, which is, you know, puts it in bright red when it's decelerating. I mean, the whole board is red, right? This is, you know, I have to be careful, right? Because my political bias leaks through, you know, way more than it should. I get spanked in commentary. I shouldn't do it, right? It shouldn't matter, right? It's not about politics. It's about, you know, technical analysis, right? We got to try and leave our political biases, which is very hard for me to do. But we got to leave them on the door, at the door, and just say, okay, if I'm looking at this without any of that bias, what would your first thought here be? Over on Binance, would it be, you know, I completely appreciate the idea of, okay, we've been 120, we're at 26. I appreciate that idea of like, oh my God, what an opportunity to be a buyer. Well, I don't want to discourage that thinking, although there's not a lot of evidence here. That's a daily, right? There's not a lot of evidence here that the downtrend has stopped. You know, this is something, it just is a reminder, right? You know, and I'm going to just move off of the scale here, but we need to see some sort of a break. Otherwise, every retrace is just, right? Is that it? Oh, no. Is that it? No. That, right. It's, right. You got to get a break of structure, right? We just have not had that. So there's only two ways to really play something like this. It's that low, you know, pay attention, where's zero? I mean, where's zero? Could we be going to zero with Bitcoin Silver? Well, anything's possible, right? I mean, what would be your incentive to buy that? Well, I don't think you'd have one, right? You're kind of in a shitty spot here, right? You're awfully late to be selling, and there's no evidence it's time to be a buyer. Other than, I mean, again, I don't want to discourage people from, you know, whatever your thought process is here. If you're an enthusiastic bull and you're thinking, well, 5 years from now, I mean, I go back to the 08, 09. I remember talking to people when Bank of America stock was at $1, saying, oh my God, right? I know some people that bought it. They're very glad they did, right? So you can kind of that same thinking, like, oh my God, Bitcoin Silver is at $26, right? It's been as high as 126, right? We're $100 lower. What an opportunity. Well, I come back to, you know, just in trading in general, you don't have to pick the turn. I mean, look something like this, right? If you took that, right, 99% of it comes back, right? Do you stay long here? Would you have stayed long there? Right? Because it's easy to look at that and go, well, if I bought it here and I got out here, well, look at that. Probably not, right? You know, then you're going to be like, well, I don't know. It doesn't look too good here. And then finally you get the breakout, right? And then you, oh God, I got the breakout. Oh, but now it's coming all back. This is just very difficult to try and position something with regards to timing. So you have to be somewhat my suggestion to you is to be somewhat mechanical about this. Okay, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So at the very least, before we would even consider buying it, right, you got to at least break something. Otherwise, right, there's no suggestion that the low is in. You've got to have a change of character, break of structure ideally, but you got a long way to go to get a break of structure. Something has got to kick here into a 5. Because right now we just, I mean, there's nothing to suggest that's done. So then you might look at this and say, okay, well, is there some fib swing relationship here I can lean into? Well, okay, let's measure it. Something, right? That's out of log. Below 0, nothing there. Right, how about, so, you know, I think we've done this a couple of times, right? I'm not trying to show you chart magic, right? But there's, oh fuck, come here, come back here. Okay, right. In the pocket, right? We're not to the, you know, could we be going to $10? Absolutely. Well, let's see, A, B, 1, 2, 3. Oh God, that's kind of tricky. 4, 1, 2, 3. It looks like that's got more to go, right? There's no signs of a bottom. So you're down to, okay, the only way really I can logically suggest that you would play this is say, okay, well, there's 0. So okay, I'm just gonna average down, right? I'm gonna dollar cost average, on the assumption we're not gonna go to zero. That's it. That's all you got, right? You have nothing technical saying, whoa, I don't want to miss that one. There's nothing there, right? So aside from accumulating because you're a long-term believer that Bitcoin Silver is going to find a place in the new blockchain, let's say it that way, blockchain economy, financial, right? As we change the global financial systems, right? We're doing it in real time right in front of our eyes. Is this all changed to decentralized applications and things like Bitcoin Silver, right? Is this going to be a transactional coin? Is it? I think you got to wait there, man. Either you're long-term and you're comfortable parking the capital here, right? Just so you're going to dollar cost average all the way down for the potential that eventually we're going to go back up and challenge those highs, right? Eventually, could be 3-5 years, right? How long are you prepared to park capital there? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Well, I could put it there for a year. How about 2 years? How much time do you have to wait for it? It's tough call, right? If you're long, well, see, this is where, this is easy to fall into this, right? You're long on a 5-year horizon, so you just sit, right, and just don't worry about it. I mean, that's if you're long from anything up here, you're kind of you've already made that decision with yourself that I'm just going to stay long, right? Hodlers hodl. So that's all there is, Andreas. There's nothing technical there that I could put in your lap. There's the Bitcoin Silver. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Right, so that was his chart. I'm going to use this for Hangman, who wanted Riot. Oh shit! So I remember looking at this recently and thinking the count was brutal. Give me a sec here, guys. Let me reset this here. Just have these set to my colors. Whenever I turn volume up, it's not that I don't use volume. I consider it valuable. I just don't like it on the same chart. I would put it in something below. Do I have anything below? For something like this, when we're out of this, I wouldn't necessarily use volume. I might use OBV. What do I got here? I got Elliott MACD. Oh, that's fine. Okay, Riot. Let's remember we go to indicators last. Hang on one sec. Because I don't want my indicators to be influencing my analysis of the chart, right, of the price action, right? These are all derivative of price, so it's a price first. Okay, all right, so here's a daily on Riot. Okay. Oh shit, are we in log? We are, let's come out of log. Okay, so looking at it out of log. It's almost impossible to work with, right? Looking at the range that we've got, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that surprises me that it's 08. Is there anything we can do out of log? Not. Well, at least here in log, we can see the clear 5 here, right? So that helps. So it's probably WXY into that low. So let's push the low down here. Okay, do we have a 1-2? Well, let's just pop it up to log, see if that helps us a little bit. Obviously, we're gonna see more. Or something we can work with. Sorry, I've just got terrible allergies. Okay, all right, so just aren't you immediately curious? Well, that's the first thing I would look at. All right, how do we do there? Where's Al? Something I need to say there? To any members or regular viewers, right? Duh. Well, okay, so you can see a clear 5 here, so we kind of back into this, right? This is what I was talking about before, right? It's like it's so in your face. So just right off the bat, okay, so we A, B, C, oh shit. Oh, you probably just in keeping it simple, right? It's probably you can get away with this. A, B, C, right? Even this is a bit sticky because you don't have a clear 5. 1, 2, 3, you're going to do it here. It's tricky. Let's go. Let's hang on a second here. All right, let's not be judgmental too fast here. Because this would make you this the tiniest bit suspicious, right? It's not a clean impulse. But this, my God, right? You literally have to turn your brain off to not see that. You have to. And then coming out of the chute here again, it's impossible. Right? Again, you can't. This is where really we're gonna dispute whether Elliott is still effective in 2025 in the AI revolution, right? Does the market still move in 3s and 5s? As I often say, you tell me. Oh shit, that's kind of a. Well, what's the simplest solution we could have here? Again, does it even need a comment? Do I need to say something? Right? I mean, for 6 years, I've been telling you this is the dominant algo in the market. It's not why it moves, it's how it moves. I mean, I defy anyone to put up another technical anything that matches that. I know you can't, right? You can't. There's nothing like that. Nothing. I know. I've looked, right? If there was, I'd be teaching it. There's nothing better than that. Okay, so we got a double bottom in the golden zone, right? At the, so we went golden zone 50. Now we blew right through the 50, right? So does it still have bearing here? Well, it's I don't not with regards to Al, but certainly you've got some support here. That's fully mitigated, right? Twice. Now we're going to kick out of here. So, oh fuck, what would you think here? Well, that's you can't get a C in there, so you probably got a WXY. It's kind of the same thing, right? Okay, this is not, there's not a clear count here. So after very clear, questionable. Well, so if the Elliott is not clear, which is, it's not often the case, right? Elliott's a snapshot in time, and often it's just not clear. So thus, that's why we use other tools like fibrillations and market geometry. So if we're looking at this here, okay, if we let's use volume profile as well, right? It's always, oh shit, yeah, I can get it here. All right, where are we here, right? And I'm just highlighting the impulse here and the correction that came off of it. Okay, well, we're well below. Come out of log. Oh shit! I can't do it at a log scale. I really can't. Yeah, we got to stay in log. Right? It's just too. It's too far. It's just the range is too far. Does that make you want to buy it? Right, sitting in the golden zone. Yeah. As much as we can see the potential there. It's the same kind of thing, right? You don't need to pick the turn. Right, let's acknowledge where we are, right? So we know an algo is firing there, right? It's going to stay long, right? Stop likely down here. You don't need to pick the turn, right? If this is going to be 1, 2 through some very cumbersome 1, 2, fuck, I don't even know that it matters, right? It's W, X, Y, right? So here's a 5. Looks like we're finishing with a 5. So you've got the potential, right? But let's get the first. If you were just looking at this, wouldn't you see the potential? We'd go up to the value area high, back down to the value. Let's get that thing rolling out of here. Now, while that's tempting, I wouldn't, right? This would have been much more tradable, right? And you'd already been like, oh, yeah, shit, I wasn't expecting that. Same idea, right? Okay, we acknowledged, right? Top of your watch list. But let's break structure here. Let's get something to break. How about that pivot? Can I break that? Otherwise, it's just there's nothing to suggest that the low is in, other than the location. Boy, that is a clusterfuck of a count in there. But the 5 that brings it down is clear, right? So you could lean on that. WX, oh fuck. So I got ABC, that's AB. When it's that unclear, because that's the 10 Elliottician to give you 10 counts there. Okay, right, and that duly noted is the knock on Elliott, right? When it's unclear, right? The 10 Elliott, 100 out of 100 are going to give you those fives, right? But when we get into this, that's where there's some subjectivity and experience and prior. What have you seen in the past, right? That would influence your thinking there. That's not enough for me, right? I maybe, because if you're bullish, right, you'd buy some calls there, but I'd want to see it, right? I mean, we're on a 3-day, let's go to a 4-hour, right? Give me some sort of give me something to show me that it's kicking out of there. I mean, here's you, fuck me, God, I miss it every time. Here's what you'd be leaning on. Now, do I have a good 5 there to finish that? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, with diag. I'd want something to break, because again, as I've said for years now, you don't need to catch the turn. There's more money lost trying to pick the turn than any other thing in trading, right? Oh, well, that's got to be it, right? And again, I'm speaking to myself as much as to any of you guys, right? You do not need to catch the turn. Give me a 5, I'll take the retrace. Then I've got confirmation here that something's changed, broke structure. I got a 5, I'll take the retrace, right? And then I can define the risk, and it's just something I can go back to 5 years from now and go, what was I doing in that Riot trade? Why did I take that trade? As opposed to, well, I just had a hunch, right? We were there, and I had there's nothing that says that you're not doing this down here. Same thing down here. Don't force right now. It's just way too crazy. Nobody knows how this is going to end, right? The media is going to tell you exactly what you want to hear based on your political bias, right? Depending on what you turn on. So you can't trust them. Only thing you can trust is your eyes. Oh, Hangman, I think that's enticing. Tell you the truth, if there was a better finish here, I still would wait. From 6 to 7, right? You're worried you're going to miss that. I wouldn't, right? You don't think so short term. Where could this be? 2 years from now. That's, I think, across all assets. You got to be thinking that, right? Because we're in crazy town. Ben B. Okay, let's see. Gold. Let's see. Gold. I got gold here. Either gold or GLD. Right? It's probably. I don't know if you would trade it in the futures, right? It's hard to trade in the futures, right? I considered a long on this the other day, but I didn't like it, right? Because I thought probably into a B here. Oh, for long-term positioning, right? So this is pretty clear, right? A, B, that's what you would anticipate, right? Now we don't know, right? Nothing says this can't go higher, right? Absolutely nothing says that. Oh, if I go to a 15, 1, 2, right? No, you have to do it here. A, B, C. This had me pause a little bit. A, B. It's a little. Is that 1, 2? Did we truncate here? It's just a little unclear. So I just left that as an A. Oh, let's come down here. Right. I'll probably do it this way. Okay. What do I got? I've got the ingredients here for a nice looking B. All right, so hopefully, all right, this, I do it this way, so it's, oh, fuck me, where are you? There you are. More advantageous to students. Okay, right, because this is what you're going to do. This is exactly what you're going to do. Right? That's the whole point of this, right, is to kind of model the approach. Down to a 15-minute ABC. Well, how do you know, right? This could be A, B, C, right, with some sort of a correction. Well, you got to put it in context, right? Does that make sense? I mean, there's a very real possibility as I talked about this on last Friday's video, that we've topped here, but that doesn't make sense. Why would we be topping here? So what's the next thought that you might consider? Okay, if this is not 3, 4, 5, could this be 1, 2, and we're going to have extension in the 5th, and the 5th is going way up here, right? Is that probable? Well, that's why I didn't buy it, right? I wanted to see, I'd like it better down here. Let's get that off of there. if it's going to be a 1-2, right, that looks to me like an A. Right? What, I mean, again, it's fucking nothing you can't see. Like, okay, do I want to buy the B? Well, I caught some of this here. Okay, let's track it. Where does the B, you know, again, where do they usually go? Right, a B can be anywhere up here. I mean, it can be expanded. What are we approaching? Does that make you want to buy it? Definitely not. Right, we don't want to buy right into a golden. Of course, you know, I'm never saying it can't get through it, but that would be a low probability, right? Plus, you know, premium or discount. You're buying it. You know, I don't know that there's a worse place you could possibly enter the market than right there. Of course, I'm not saying couldn't get through. I'm just saying that would be a really, like, if it was a loser and you bought that when you went back to review your trades, that would be soul crushing. Like, oh my God, I'm such a fucking moron. Why would I do that? Well, you're getting caught up in the market's falling, go to gold, go to the bonds, right? Okay, but remember, if it's going to do this, right? Let's say it does this, right? And we end up in a 5. Okay, well now we're going to have to rethink the entire fucking count, right? Because what are we going to do here? A, B, C, and then we're going to go into another impulse. Okay, right? Anything's possible. I'm not saying that's not possible, but does it? Right? You know, again, if you're applying what we're teaching, right? It would be a big question there. Right? If you're applying what we're teaching, this would not be the place to enter the market, right? If it's going to break, let it break. Okay, right? If it goes up here and breaks, right, probably be a retest of some sort. But you're just going to approach it from the other side. Right? Remember, always now go on the other side, right? So you're just going to approach it from here, going, well, like, geez, okay, I guess I was wrong about that. Maybe that's what I want. Something down here, looking for that. And how are you going to resolve this, right? You're going to have to go A, B, C? I don't think so. Again, the emphasis, I don't think so. Not that it couldn't be. I'll wait. If anything, that's a great spot to short it, right? But think how hard that is, right? Even though that golden zone is there, right? I know, this is what makes trading so hard. Even though you're just tapping the 618. Right there. Is that easy to sell? No. Right? What do you mean sell it? It's a fucking freight train. I'm not going to sell that. What you could do here, right, if you want to trade gold or go to GLD, right, you could sell some out of the money calls, right, put it to a credit spread on the assumption here that we're not going up to new highs, right? That's the assumption you'd be making, right? So you'd have to be very disciplined about your exit, which is always the danger with options, because you can, let's give it another day. Trust me, I was an option broker for 10 years. I saw hundreds of clients do that. Oh, Sam, let's just give it another day. Let's see what happens, right? And then, you know, it just gets worse, right? There has to be an exit ramp. There has to be a clear point with options where you say, I'm out. Could be lost, could be whatever it is. There's got to be an exit plan that you have before you put on the trade. But could you put on here a credit spread? Selling calls, high volatility? Absolutely, right? Not a bad, right? For those of you that trade options, it's not hard to pick them. Nice tight spread. You don't have to do a 20-point spread, right? You can do a 5 or a 10-point spread. High volatility, high premium. But the reason you have a directional bias, because the assumption you're making is that we are not going to do this. I mean, but don't, you know, when it's this crazy and there's so much uncertainty where literally the market is swinging based on the latest tweet or X or fucking what is truth. I literally can't believe that that's what we call them. You know, this could be down here, you know, on the wrong tweet or truth or whatever. Very, very dangerous time to be trading, right? So it's an ideal time to be selling high volatility, right? So this is not a bad thought. I don't know that I would just short gold there, but selling the out of the money premium here. Look at it's something I always used to tell traders when I was teaching option trading, right? It's a much bigger target to say where the market's not going to be than to be trying to precisely identify where it's going to be, you know, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. It's a much bigger target. Okay, how are we doing? Everybody okay? Good. Okay, Moondog's in. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a hurry up and wait, right? I mean, we can see a 5, we can see a 3. Now that could turn into a 5. Jesus, it makes me want to sell it. But again, you don't have to do use an option model to kind of to indeed model that out, right? Because I'm reflexively, I want a counter trend, right? It's my reflex, right? So I have to catch myself. Vesper, SoFi. Okay, let's see what he's thinking. God, that is tempting. All right, let's go to. I'd get Riot on the top of your watch list. Okay, let's copy this. Oh shit, I got a monthly. Okay, Vesper. Really, monthly? Okay, well that's. Well, let's look at it here. Okay, we'll just here. Is this the copy? No, this is the right one. Let me get my old brain. Something it's familiar with. Okay, right. So, is there an Elliott count here? Well, that sure looks pretty good. This not hard to spot. Looks like a pretty good impulse. But we went nowhere for Jesus, 20 plus years almost. Why, right? So then you got to look technically. Why? Is it up here? 50s? Swing low to high. 50, 50, 50. Do you want to do 1, 2, 3? No. A, B, W, X, right? Doesn't quite. Is that clear Elliott? Definitely not. This is clear. Yeah, fuck, to tell you the truth, I don't know that it matters, right? So, okay, we're going back to 2015. This just consolidation, but clearly with technical bounces. That's in log scale. It's just out of curiosity, right? Because again, right, you got to do it, right? It looks a little different, doesn't it? Can you work with it here? Well, can you? Let's go, let's try daily. Oh, now I'm seeing more of his stuff. Well, what would you do with that? Let's go to a weekly. All right, we went from the monthly. Well, here's that long sideways, right? So, and then we launch. Now, out of curiosity, this would make me want to say, okay, well, how do we do here, right? Is that Al? I don't know, right? I've never pulled this before. Well, let's check here first. I have the lowest low. Looks like I do. That's all that would matter. Break. Oh, and that's all closes, right? That's on a weekly, right? Those are closes, right? So the Al gets broken there. No question about it. It's getting broken on both sides. So the bear algo is winning the day. I'm going to push that just for a second. What would we be thinking here? Well, we can eliminate a few things, right? This is one of the inherent benefits of Elliott Wave. We can eliminate some things. Well, A, B, right? 1, 2. Well, certainly not 3, 4, right? So what would your alternative? What would be the bullish alternative? 1, 2. Do we have a good impulse there? I don't think we do. Jesus, I mean, this seems hard to process, but is that what we're looking at? A, B, C? It's one more where, okay, right, so many things to trade. Oh, is this what he wanted? Do you want AMD? No, no, no. He wanted SoFi. How did I get AMD? Oh shit, man. Sorry. How did I get on AMD? There we go. Sorry, Vesper. Your link took me to your AMD. Okay, this might be easier to deal with. Okay, just out of curiosity, I'm going to pull this down, see how we look here, right? No, okay, so we're going to start here, right? So Al's been blown. I shouldn't say it that way. Al in log here, right? Okay, we got to close below, so that's likely. Okay, well, this is a very clear, this is a good question, right? So a lot of counts have been blown up, right? So things that looked like they were just due course of like, oh, it's 5 and a 3. The extremity of the moves and the volatility, you know, is exacerbating pretty much everything right now. So let's see, let me change these here. Fuck. Oh, let's go to a daily. Okay, we got that looks like a decent 5 right now. Let's take it out of log scale just to keep our perspective. Do I need to be in log, right? From 7 to, yeah. Well, no, that's 3 times, right? We could probably stay out of log. 5 to, you'd have to look at both. A, B. What have we got here? Well, okay, so just pure Elliott. That wouldn't work because if it was going to be a 3-3, right, the B has to be much higher, right, per Elliott International and Elliott Teaching, right? That wouldn't work. So fuck. The alternative here is not good. Oh shit, there's almost no way out of that. That's positive. Okay, so this is how he's looking at it in log scale, right? He wants to buy down here. And okay, there's rationale for that. This is already mitigated, so you don't have a lot down here to work with. You see my point, right? This already got mitigated, so you've got, you know, you're stretching down here. So let's keep that out. Okay, right, so so his thinking was ABC-A into a BC, right? He's working. Can we make that fly? Let's go to a 4-hour here. A, B, could we get a... The A, B, well, shit, that's not great either, right? Do you have a clear 3 there? You don't really. Looks like a 5. Oh, shit. You're going to have to do something like this. A, B, C, because that is a 5. No way around it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's decent. That's a straight 5. So you're stuck with it, right? You're just stuck with it, right? You know, what you want to see and what's there, don't get confused by what's what. Yes, you want to see a way to solve this that would be more accommodating to a bull, right, to these positions, but it's not there. What is most likely here? What do you see in the swing structure? How are you not seeing that? Unless you're just blindly bullish and you refuse to see what's right in front of your face. That's bad news for a bull. Okay, right. So before we you got to, whenever you pull something up like this, right, it's always a good idea to pick it apart. Say, what's wrong with it, right? I do this with my team all the time, right? I'll come up with a count and go, I'm not sure about this, right? What do you guys think, right? Again, that's one of the big benefits of our community. You've got a lot of people to collaborate with, right? So particularly if you're learning Elliott or how to apply the things that we teach, there's a huge community of people, and not to mention four master tech Elliottians, right, to bounce your ideas off of, right? I do it all the time, right? And I've been doing this for 30 years, right? Because they're all better Elliottians than I am. So, okay, if we're looking here, would you not be kind of leaning into, well, fuck, man, that looks like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you not count that as a 5? What would you be thinking? Oh, WX, it's still, right? It's not done. If that's what your thinking was, oh, okay, no. I'm going to go WX AB, right? Still, right? Still. There's no way to turn that bullish. As a technician, now maybe SoFi, right? I don't fuck. Some reason for them to rally. But there's nothing here to say, oh, I got to buy it. I got to buy it. It's right. There's just nothing there, right? I'm sorry, man. There's just not. Let's see. Is there any way to spin this? The only thing I can see that you might be able to get away with, and this is you'd have to do it this way. This is really stretching to accommodate your bias. A, B, C. You get a diag. That sure doesn't look like a 3 to me, but maybe you go A, B, C. Or you're doing it because that's what you want to see. Okay, that's what you're doing right now. If you are comfortable doing that and willing to take the risk, have at it. Oh, I should change that color. Let's put it in pink, right? A, B, really? And that's your C. You could, maybe, right? That's not the cleanest impulse, right? But you could probably do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. 3 might be the smallest there. You might have a problem there, actually. Let's measure it, right? Let's not guess. Let's measure it. Looks to me like 3 is going to be the shortest. Yeah, it would be. All right, we did the same thing here. Yeah, 3 will be your shortest. So, okay, maybe you got to talk yourself into something else here, but yeah, what are you going to do there? You're stuck there. Well, you're probably going to have to do this, A, B, C. You don't have a 5 here. You don't have an impulse. That would leave me very suspect of this count. I mean, it looks, god damn, it's just everything else is perfect, right? The 2 to the 4, little hot for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're stuck with that. That's a 5. Well, it's not going to be perfect everywhere. That would just have me. Here's if this is me. Here's exactly what I would do. I would if I was going to trade this, I'd mark this off and say problem spot. Unclear, right? What we're doing here, right? Do we have to turn this again, right? Are we going to, if I'm back to the original count, which I think is still more likely. More likely up here. A, B. It's not a clean C. You got a problem spot here. I would lean into this because of the basic swing structure, but acknowledging here that I don't have a clean impulse, right? And this is a little bit iffy. So it would make me want to wait. So all the more I would wait for this to come down here and give me a clean finish. I don't see a solution there. This frustrates me. It's just not there, right? It's just not going to always be there. The rest of it, good, right? But if it comes down here and you get that 5, I would only be anticipating, if I was going to trade this, some sort of a B, which I think then the question is, right? Do I come out of here with a 5? Right? Is all the craziness over, right? So if I have the legs to come out of here, it's just would be not something I would trade. Why, right? If you're unsure, again, how many we got? 30,000 things to trade. I don't know, 16 or to 20. I don't even know what the count is on meme coins or on crypto coins. 16,000. If there's a question mark, unless you're in it, right, why would you enter? That's a no-go for me on that one. Ben, who gave me that? Vesper. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'd love to give you a better look there, but it's just not there. That's question mark. Okay, I got this. Where'd it go? CRV. Okay, this is also equally challenging. Okay, this is Cryptogenis. I think that's something he's in. We've looked at this a few times. Well, if you're going to get that as a 2, you've got a decent potential here. 1 2 1 2, right? We were just coming down here, so there's that whole concept, right? We have this unmitigated order flow, right? It's getting tapped here. Now that's not a full tapping, but the 3 here to correct is pretty intriguing. Who drew that? It must have been me, right on the edge of that. You can't quite get out of here. So one thought is just looking at this, you might think, oh, W, maybe I can go A, B, C, D, E, X, triangle X, A, B. It doesn't give you the finish that you want, right? You want it to be done down here. If this is going to be 1 2, it doesn't quite fly that I can see. Well, so the alternate to that would be, if you can, it's not my Elliott wizards would be screaming at me, right? So that if it's going to be 3 3 5, is that a flat? Well, we're awfully far in the C for a flat, but even the triangle is not particularly clean either. A, B, C, you have to do it like this. A, B, C, D, doesn't quite work. W, A, B, C, D, E, X, 1 2 3 4 5, Y. That's giving you the A. So you'd have to do it this way, right? And say, okay, well, it's a very imbalanced flat to take that. Now, that said, right? Okay, is that good enough to trade? Well, I wouldn't, truth be told, but that doesn't mean that somebody else shouldn't, right? Or that Cryptogenis, right? If he's particularly bullish on this coin, okay, do we have the right ingredients? Let's go to a 1 hour here. Right, my view is, again, I say it all the time, right? It's so many things to trade, right? Why would you trade something that was, I'm not sure. Do I have a clean impulse here? Nope. Do I have a diag? Maybe. 1 2 3 4, is that what we're doing? ABCs, ABC. Okay, let's go with it, right? Let's give the benefit of the doubt to a bull here. Let me go to a 2 hour here. Okay, so this is broken, right? So once Al is broken, right? Don't keep it on there, right? Because it'll distort your thinking. It's broken, right? So who won that battle? Right? Likely, right? The bear algo got it. There it is, right? Remember, Al's always there on both sides, right? You just got to find him, right? He's always going to be there. So where's that target down here? One, two, right? The ABC, oh, it's hard to argue with. I don't know if this is the cleanest C wave I've ever seen. They're not, right? In this environment, things are going to be squishy. 1 2 3 4 5, A, B. Ugh. I guess you got 5 that finishes that, so you could lean into that. Probably do it this way. So A, clusterfuck, B, C. That's likely an A. Oh, fuck. some sort of really squishy triangle, right? It's just radio waves, but okay, maybe we can triangle that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I come out of it with a 5. Okay, 1, 2. Does that fly? All right, let's check it. All right, is Al involved? Could be. So let's go here. I think you need it actually. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty squishy as it is. That's not particularly clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, benefit of the doubt to the bulls. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, maybe. All right, let's. This might be a good, and it's moving. It's on the move right here. Right? So that might be helpful. Okay, so I've got a candidate now. We're starting to get into some meaningful location levels on the board. Right, we're right to the POC. That's visible range, but I believe that's visible range. Let's go back to an hourly. Okay, right to the POC. Terrible place to enter the market. Right? You don't want to enter at the POC. Right? It's a good target. It's not a good entry spot. Right? Everybody agrees that's fair price. Right? So why would you? What's your edge there? You don't have one. One, two. Well, what could we do here? Well, let's when in doubt, right? We always, well, there's not even when in doubt. You always want to measure, right? Where do they usually go? Could we go that high? That's a pretty big assumption that we're going to go that high. Could we? Yeah. Well, why not? 1, 2, 1, 2, right? That's the target for 3. Okay, so let's put some geometry on. It's the same process every single time, right? That's our edge. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Could we go that far? It seems like a big wish. What's the first thing we got to clear, right? You know, can I say this every week, right? So okay, we got to clear Al here, right? Obviously he's there. Obviously he's there. Okay, what happens next? Then we got to clear that one. Then we got to clear that one, and up and up and up they go, right? You don't get in the clear until you've broken every algo on the sell side. Right? It's a long way to go. Right, what's the last one? Right here. We got to get it up this. We got to break that right on the edge of the value area of visible range. Interesting, right? So 1, 2, 3. Could we do it? That would, there's the second most common. That would be what I would anticipate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe get that. Buyable? Well, again, like I said, the POC is not. It's a horrible place to enter the market. Horrible. All right, 1, 2. Let's get a 3, maybe a 4, something like that, and then get into the 5. Right now, again, the higher you go, the more you're getting away from buying in the discount, right? So if you're buying it right now, that's a little bit of a well, cross your fingers, see what happens. Again, you have no edge here, right? That's agreed to fair value. Everybody agrees that's the fairest price, right? So you're going to buy on the assumption that it's going to go beyond, right? It's going to go up and find a new value located. Well, maybe. I might wait for that pullback right into the 4, 3, 4. Right, with a target here. Be realistic about the target, right? Yeah, I know, right? That's where it certainly could go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. So if that's me, I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait till it gets here. Show me, right? Show me that. Oh, we're gonna probably find some resistance up here, right? You got a low volume node. Then I'll wait for that little 3, and I would take the 4 to the 5. And then look to reload, right? Partial or full profit on that trade, anticipating that this will come next. And look to take that. Now, what have I got? I've got a 1 wave, right? So if this is 1, 2, I need a 1 here. That's potentially super bullish. Potentially. I don't know, CRV. They've got the use case, the utility. Do they have it to get there? I don't know. Let you guys decide. Unfortunately, the last time I shared a link, it wasn't working, and I think we had the same problem this time. Okay, CryptoJanice. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's. Oh shit! You gave me a long story here. Okay, so let me try with link here. This is his link. Hang with me a sec. I'm going to leave that. Oh, I see what he's saying. Okay, so all I can do is work with his. Let's see if I do this. I don't think that's going to give me a link. No. That's giving me my. Let's see if I can get a link up here. This is what he wants, is link. Link. Crypto. Let's get rid of that. Oh, let's go. Here we get all the history. I think he wants link, right? So this is his picture. Hang on, let's see if I copy link. Let's see if I can get his image. Nope, that's not going to work. So, fuck. Hang on. Copy link. Let me try that again. Okay, there's his picture. Okay, so we've got A, B, so we're into a C. We've got some Wyckoff in here for a possible spring. Okay, so he's looking to, oh, fuck, that's his CRV, son of a bitch. I can't get it, Crypto Janice. I don't know what's up. I got all your CRVs. Oh, fuck, man, are these all CRV? Shit, man, I think they are. These are all CRV. Okay, well, we just did CRV, so I guess you don't want link. Oh, shit. And I got somebody's AMD here. Okay. And, okay, I don't know what to tell you, Crypto Janice. Yeah, something's up with those links, right? So I see all your pictures, but they're all of CRV. Okay, right, so we just took a look at that one. A look at IREN. Okay, so this is a new member, Blixt von Berg. New to LA Wave. Okay, that's great. That's where you're in the right place. Okay, so let me get your copy link. Let's see. So I like new students, right? They enthusiastic, looking to learn. It's just the kind of members we like. Because that's the kind of the most rewarding period of for a trader's journey, right? Is when you're accelerating in the learning curve. You start to see things. Oh, I guess we'll leave the volume on here because I don't have a way to take it off. Okay, so, all right, so he's, well, I like that. At least he's using some, I'm going to just do this here. Okay, I got, oh, there's Dr. Alba and a few guys. Okay, tough call. Okay, so he's done something that I would strongly recommend, right? So you're trying to identify where the 5s and where the 3s, right? So this is, Jesus, what is this? IREN? I have no idea what they are, but here's a clear 5, right? You cannot miss it. Oh, you'd have to do A, B, C into that W. Sure, that's tough. Don't have an impulse here. Well, the one thing I think looks pretty clear to me is that we have a triangle here. I mean, again, it's hard to miss that. But you often don't see it when you're learning. It's the what the fuck. Triangle. So it looks like that's going to be, so how do we fit this in, right? So often just identifying them is half the battle. It's not, that's a little bit of an overthrow in the E, which is not uncommon. Okay, so we'd be coming out of here, right? So can we get a 3 here? Oy. I would want to go WXY. WXY. Not a great start to it. Looks like you're gonna have to do that as some sort of series of threes. ABC is all you've got there. Jesus, you're gonna have to do it again. Well, that's not great, right? So we got a clear 5, brings us down. Could this all be corrective? Well, it could be. All right. Guys, their IPO was that high? I guess it was. Well, this looks pretty technical. All right, so that's good. All quite good. Okay, so that, you got a nice technical 5 coming down here. It looks like this. Yeah, I don't think you've got it. I don't think you have it. I think you've got WXY here. Let's take this down here. I think that's what you've got. Shit. I think that's what you've got here, because this is 5, 3. That's likely going to be a 5. So let's take that up. Do I know or no? I don't know. I'm just throwing it up here based on what I can see. 3 W triangle X. Shit, I think that flies. Huh? My wizards are watching. They will correct me. A, B, C. So I think I can finish this here. Okay, right. So the whole point is okay, right? So this is okay. Yeah, right. You know, Elliott. We're not trying to impress you with Elliott knowledge, right? It's just okay. Is it useful, right? That's the point, right? Can we work with it here? Is it helping? Boy, that's would I trade that? No. Because that's 5 down. This looks corrective. All right, so okay, where are we? Right, we're going to begin and end in 5s, right? So there's that looks like 2, 3, something like that is going on. So the Elliott is not particularly advantageous to us here, other than we can eliminate, you know, any sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's just not, right? It's some sort of complex series of 3s. Best case here, I may be, you know, again, I wouldn't post that without checking with a wizard, one of my wizards. That's why I hired them, because they're better Elliotticians. But that is going to be, it's not what we want, right? What do we want, right? It's just, again, I say this all the time. Give me this. Okay, that I can take, right? And there's gazillions of them. Right, so when we get into this, okay, yeah, so the intellectual flex of like, okay, can we solve the puzzle? Okay, right, that has value, right? So that will serve you well over time. But at the moment, okay, what do I have here? I have a convoluted, right, correction of some sort that goes into a double top. There is no clear impulse in here, so I just have a whole lot of okay, right, again, I got nothing I can lean on. Right, as a trader, I want it to be I want it to be as simple as it possibly can. I won't say easy, right? There's no easy trading, but I want it to be simpler to evaluate what the right trade is, rather than, oh my God, right? Okay, well, I've got a W, X, Y, X, Z, you know, upside down, pineapple cake. You know, I don't make it easy on me, right? Make it easy on my brain to find it. If I come down here, would I consider it? Yeah, I might consider that. Do we have any market structure to be useful? Well, we doubled up here, right? So we don't have a liquidity sweep. We've had one here. We've got targets down here. Oh, shit, I'm on NASDAQ here, so I can... Oh, here, let's just do it this way. Right, so we'll just do the whole thing as the volume profile. Okay, well, where are people trading? Where's the value? Where's the POC? We just popped the POC, right? That's probably people buying that. 3, 4 back to the POC, down for a 5. Okay, maybe something I can work with there. I don't know why that's not giving me the full. I guess it's so thin I didn't get any. Yeah, I think there's just too many things that are just bad. Unless where's the next trade here? Right there. All right, it's a short. Sure. If we retrace, so look here, you see it here, retrace into the POC. Okay, if we're not going to get through and we start to come peel off of that, that might be a short that you could take there. Looking to get down here for the long, but there's no easy. Let's just one more time because that didn't look right. There's no easy solution here. It didn't want to give me volume. Sure why. This is weird. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So edge of value. Right. So we're just looking at the volume profile from this low all the way up. Back to the POC, push down. That would be the only trade I would see here. I'd probably do it in options since I don't know what this asset really is all about. Clear exit. If we get back over the value area, I'd be out. But for the 4-5, I think very tradable. Right? It's not. Right? We're not always bullish. I don't know if he has a position in this or not, but I would say not a ton to buy. You want to get out of value, right? So we're not have an edge, right? Because the assumption is we're going to climb back towards value. Okay. Dr. Alban, I know you missed it. Log scale. I know you missed it. Log scale 1 and only. I know you missed it. Did you post up here and I didn't see it, Dr. Alban? Did you? I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay. Oh, I know what he means. I know you missed my, I know what he means. Copy link. Okay. All right. So let me go back here. Dr. Alban has a sense of humor. And he's persistent. So what do we got here? This is his, oh, the WIF. he is determined. You're right. I did miss this. Okay. So wiffle ball. I'm going to take a while to load. Okay, I'm just because I've got an old brain. I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to do this just to, so it's something I'm used to looking at. Okay. All right, so quite the dump here. Okay. Well, all right, so the first thing I like to see with whether it's a member who's been with us for a long time, I know he's quite skilled now, is they put the time, right, to track every, can you account for every swing, right? Because what you're doing in that process is building conviction in your analysis, right? So, okay, everything's accounted for. Okay, so what are we doing here? So you can see over here, right, this is long, unmitigated order flow, right? So it's just now it's getting fully mitigated, right? You're all the way down to the low edge of it, right? So, okay, could we be done there? We could. That's a 4 hour. Let's go up a little bit. Let's go to an 8. I'm assuming we're in log, right? So out of log, round trip, right? Quite the double. What do we have here? We have a big box. Where do we want to be a buyer? I know this again, you know, rhetorical questions, but that doesn't work when I go to log scale. What does work here, and again, I've been using this a lot, adaptive, right? So when you want a regression channel in log, this is pretty handy. Oh, you got to use let's use the longer term. All right, so I can get 2 standard deviations all the way down, right, which is quite useful. Right, we're going to get the majority, right? One standard deviation, 68%. 2, you know, you're at 95 of all of the trading, right, in this trend. So your first thought would be, okay, well, if I'm going to buy this, can I get outside of that standard deviation? Can I? Where would you really have some conviction in this trade, right? Wouldn't you want to break a structure right there? Or just at least a change of character. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Oh. Something to suggest that would actually, well, that's the low that broke this, so that would actually be a break of structure. That would be a boss up, right? Because this is the swing that broke the swing here that gave us, right, per market structure theory. Right, that's the high that broke the low that gave the new low. So this would be your break of structure. So you'd have a little change of character in there. If we go to like something like a 2 hour here, you're going to have little pops here, right? So okay, there's a micro into a double, right? Interesting. Here's the, well, I don't want to miss it. If you're looking at buying it now, what are you trying to do? You're trying to pick the turn. You have, right? You've got ingredients. What do you have any confirmation that the low is in? Well, do you? I mean, I can't do that in log scale. I have to put a second one on here. Well, let's see if it adapts. Yeah, it does, right? So okay. Where is that 2? Holy shit, is that a long 3? Look at the 3. Wow. Right, but again, he's accounted for every swing here. It's very good work, Dr. Alban. Very good work. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every swing accounted for, right? We got a 3, 4. That's a mighty shallow. Jesus, can we even get to that? I don't even think that's 23. Yeah, it's not. Oh, we didn't even get to a 23, right? Very, very shallow. But, right, was Al involved along the way? Probably. You can see it there. Into the pocket. We got, now remember, hitting an algo target is not a buy signal. But we can, right, and nor with this, right, from the 23 to that. So let's take that off. Wouldn't you want to? Otherwise, how do I know? What would? Oh, right. I know that's the low. Oh, do you? Again, if you're buying it now, it's just FOMO, right? Break. Then we can go. Start breaking some highs, right? This would be another, right? Now you're really breaking. I know, it's right. Again, this is my number one, the flaw as a trader, right? Reflexively, I want to buy it. I want to pick the turn, right? I've had years of counseling and therapy, but years of losing money, right? You build a discipline to wait, right? It's just, you don't need to catch the turn. You don't, right? I take you back to, this is why, if you're doing our purple belt, we won't let you trade it. 3s and C's, right? To force that discipline. Right? I did that because that helped me. Right? That's why we built it into the belt system, right? So that you would build that discipline. Now you could trade the 3 of the 1. You could do this. If you got a 1, 2, 3, but only 3s and C's. Again, I know it's most people are annoyed by it at first, like, oh, I saw this perfect. Right? But it's a discipline you'll thank us for later. I think you got to wait on that, Dr. Alban. As good as that. That's now, if you want to just, you're jonesing for a little dopamine, right? Which is, that's why we do it. A little thrill to my day. Again, 10 years as a broker, right? I've said this many times. My job was not financial planning. My job was adult entertainment. What's going on in the markets today? It's conflict of interest, right? I want them to trade, right? The broker wants them to trade because we always get paid. It's inherent. Right? It's changed, right? It's changed now. That was a lot of years ago. Okay, Dr. Alban, excellent work. Absolutely excellent work. But don't force it here. You've done all this great work. Now get the confirm. Take the retrace. Sorry, throat clearing is severe because I've just got the worst allergies. It's not fun for me. I gross my wife out on a daily basis. Okay, let's just out of curiosity, Andreas got his link in here. Let's see how he's looking at Bitcoin Silver because I asked him to repost. Oh, fuck. Oh, we did get it. Okay, we did. Okay, this got your Bitcoin Silver. Let's see if he's thinking the same way I am. Oh, shit. Why didn't I get it over here? Right, I have it here. But I can't work with that. I can't even, why when I copy that, do I not get your Bitcoin silver? Right? You would think I would get the exact same copy, but I don't. Even if I go here and I do BSV, and I know you're on Binance, I don't get your work. I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I can't get yours there. I can get this, but I can't get it to, fuck, I can't get it to copy. Yes, I can't even zoom in on that, right? It's just that it's like a still image. Well, I guess I can here. A, B, C. Well, you come to the same conclusion, right? We're tapping lows here. You want you break something, right? Get a confirmation here. I can't put it in log scale. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's up there. Just remove the right pane. Okay. Well, shit, I can't do it. Let's see. Can I do it? There's Bitcoin. Let's see if I go daily. Is it there? Nope. Shit, man, I can't do it. Sorry. I'm sorry, man. I want to see your work. Looks like you put some effort into it. I want to see it. Well, we can just look at it. Do you even need it, right? You know, again. Oh, let's see here. Let's put sometimes oh, this is one I like here because you can choose where it starts, but there Lux Algo has a good one. Big Beluga has a very good one. I like this one particularly because I can move it, right? Unlike all of it. So Lux Algo is excellent, right? They did great work, but you've got to, you know, if you bring up something with 20 years of history, you get 20 years of market structure. I don't want 20 years. I want to see the current, right? I can apply it here. That's why I like Alba Ethereum, and I can say bullish or bearish. Let's go bearish. There's good theory. I mean, market structure is not that complicated, right? Now, ICT makes it complicated, but okay. You know, draw your pivots, and it's not that hard. Okay, so the last thing we have is a break of structure, right? So to get any change of character, it's going to need to be right here. Right, this is the, well, okay, so what, right, again, market structure 101, right? This is the pivot that leads to this low, right? And then this is the highest high that leads to the break. So break of structure, what are we anticipating, right? Well, this is where you got to be careful because we're anticipating the retrace, right? So if this is going to keep going, it's got to find some liquidity. Well, here, at least we would sweep this is the highest high before we came down. So you'd get a little micro break here, right? Maybe, right? You get out of there like that. But until then, this also, right, this is very in fashion now with market structure, ICT crowd, right? Not call it an inducement, because I think that's actually poor labeling. I think that's a mistake on their part. Can I change that? Yeah, let's call it, let's make that normal. Change in state of delivery. This would be, this is the last swing high, right? So this is the last high before we go down, right? So change in the state of the delivery, right? It's tied to some algo theory. You got to break that, right? Until that breaks, this is just, there is no sign of this being done, right? It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Something has to break, right? Otherwise, you're just going to regret it. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, with the buy here, you might have thought, oh, okay, it's going to go. Okay, so there's the low. We swept some liquidity. Oh, it's up. Oh, fuck. Right now, you got to take the loser there. Right. This is what most people don't. This is why. Again, I know it's again long time. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, let's give it some more room. Oh shit, that'll be it for sure. Oh, all right. Well, I'm committed now. Oh, okay. Well, oh, that's it. I'm sure of it. Oh, well, fuck. I better buy some more. Oh, right, and just you digging a deeper and deeper hole. God, believe me, I don't speak from things that I have not done. Right, I have done that. That's why I can speak with conviction about it. I've done that. Right, learn from other people's stupidity and mistakes that we've all make them. Right, you're going to continue to make them. The puzzle solving is the fun part, right? The money management discipline, that's what separates good traders from unsuccessful traders. That lack of willingness to admit you're wrong, right? It's, you know, we all suffer from it. Oh, I know it's going to go eventually. Okay, well, then you're committed now, right? What are you doing now? You're averaging down. I'm just dollar cost averaging because I know it's going to go. You don't know it's going to go. You think it's going to go. Nobody knows anything. All right. Oh, I see. That's all the members. Hang on. I've got a list here. This is discouraging to me, to be honest with you. But we're going to do it anyway. Let me clear some of this out here, so I've got less of this. This is being requested. Let me get rid of that. All right, let me just open up a window here. Well, it's 10-year yield. Just out of curiosity while we're here. Oh, that got interesting in a hurry. I don't know, does the market move in 5s and 3s? A, B. Sure looks like it. All right, I get distracted here. Okay, so this is, sadly, and I say this and I mean this sincerely, the first thing that was requested. Fartcoin. See, in my opinion, this just gives crypto a bad name, right? It's so stupid. I know you can make money from this, right? And maybe that's all that matters. But I find it insulting, actually, that I'm being requested to do this. But I'm going to do it anyway. Let's get rid of the the bars. Okay, so I suppose this is funny, you know, if you're 18, 19, you're a gamer who's just moved over to crypto. I suppose this is funny. I find it insulting. But I digress. Okay, right, so can you make money here? Yeah, right, which I guess is all that matters. Let's put it in log scale. Let's get rid of that. Okay, well, people are trading it, so it's technical, right? We get the liquidity sweep down here. Okay, right. Signs, right? Always the sign of a good low, right? Was there a sweep and then a launch, right? We didn't come out radically, overly aggressively. What would you think here? Looks like we've got an Elliott count here that's workable. Well, that doesn't fly. Let's go with 1, 2. Jesus, are we doing this? Can't say I love that. Well, let's check, right? Is Al here? Probably. Al's everywhere. It's tempting to put the 1 here, but I don't like the. I might have to do. That's 5. A, B. Oh fuck. Can't quite get that. You can't get a 3 into that. Son of a bitch, I can't quite get that. I want to put the 1 here. Let's see here. Maybe I can get away with that. This is a little. That's a real accommodating a bias there. That's very overly accommodating, but okay, come here. Why is it up there? Okay, perhaps, right? And then I would call that close enough for government work. Even this is a little suspect. That seems to be the broader structure there. Well, there's a 5 right here, so we got to track them, right? So this is just, again, part of the process. We got to consider, right? We got to account for them where they're obvious. This is not obvious, right? Are we doing this as a diag? We might. It might be ABC, right? We might have to do this as this way. I hate to call that a B. Fuck me. And that would be a W. That doesn't quite work. So this would have to be ABC, ABC, ABC. I think we're doing diag, right? So then we can use the overlap, even though that's not required anymore. Okay, let's do it that way. So we'd end up here with a. Well, let's rethink that. That's a 3. Jesus. Fuck. Well, first thing, I can assure you, I would never trade this crap. Pardon the pun. I wouldn't even consider it. But somebody would. Oh, you got this. I think we're gonna have to truncate. No, I can't do it. Well, that's a bitch. That's all I can tell you. A, B, C. W, X. It doesn't quite work. One, two. I don't want to connect them. I don't know what we got there, to be perfectly honest. If we did it that way, it doesn't make sense, right? We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I might have to pull in the team on that one. That is solid. I don't have it. Well, I can't get a triangle in there. I don't know what you have there. 15, is there something I'm missing? Usually is after the fact. It's sometimes hard to do them when they're this tricky in a live stream because I got time pressure, right? I know it gets boring, right? Oh, fucking hell, I don't see a solution there. A, B, there's no way around that 5. C, D. God damn it, I want to get a triangle in there, but I can't do it. Can't do it. All right, I'll lose you guys here, so I'm gonna wait on that. I will, if somebody wants to trade that, I'll post it under like I usually do if I get stuck. I'll post it once we get a solution there. I don't know if there is a good one. Just be mindful of this, right, where you're headed. Fuck if I don't see it. And sometimes, right, it just takes another set of eyes. WX, it doesn't fly. I can't get an ABC in there. I don't know. Maybe Fartcoin is going to defy us here. Let me tell you how much I care about Fartcoin. Okay, but I care because of some one of our subscribers asked for it, right? So it doesn't matter whether I care or not. But I do not have a solution there. I'll post it under I'll be the first one to comment. I'll just post a link so you get those of you that are curious about it, which I'm going to assume is a small percentage. But that is very tricky, right? I'm curious to see what some of my wizards come up with there. I don't see it. It makes me think there's a triangle in there, but I don't see it. I can't get it to fly. All right, let me keep moving here so I don't lose everybody and bore them to death, right? I know that's always a danger. DAG. What the fuck? DAG or dog? DAG? DT? DAG. Okay, never looked at it. Let's see if there's a D. USD. Well, I can get... Oh, yeah, I've looked at this before. Okay. Let's go out to a daily here. Okay, what we're doing on Constellation. I didn't recall that being their handle. Okay, crypto. And there's crypto. All right, so we've got to look at this in log scale. Looks a lot different there, doesn't it? Look like a 5? Nope. Looks like ABC to me again. This is, maybe you get the diag in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I guess that flies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that can play ball right there. Okay, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's ugly, but I think it's, you get a valid leading diag there. A, B, C into the 2, 3, A, B, C into the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right. So what do I got? I got an A, B, C. I don't have a 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't. Okay, now this is me, right? A lot of years of doing this. I would not be thinking this. No, right? It's disconnected. It's too much time, right? It's too much time to relate them. And then if you put it this way, right, does that look like this is, right? That's why you always have to come out of log, right? Because it'll distort your eye. You'll be thinking, oh, they're connected. You think they're connected? This is barely. What? Okay, all right. So when it's like this, right? You come down here and you go, okay, well, has everything been mitigated? Pretty much. Any reason to buy that? Well, okay, it's got potential, right? I mean, what did we get up to? 46 cents. I just tell you the same thing, right? They're all going to look the same, right? There's no evidence of any reason to be a buyer there. Now that's I always assume people are looking to be buyers in crypto, right? But you know, who made more money, longs or shorts, right? Or was it equal? 1, 2. Well, you might have thought 1, 2 there. Let's get that back in log, right? What's going to make it? I mean, look what that does, right? How it distorts, right? It's just crazy with that distortion, but there it is. So would I trade this? No. Well, again, if I put that in front of you, what would your first thought be? Well, if gun to my head, if I had to trade it, let's get down here. We're going to try and call that a 1, 2. I suppose you could reasonably think of this as some sort of an ABC. Everything down here is getting mitigated. That's annoying. That's garbage, right? Is that? Do you need to get a count on that? Probably not. So it's the exact same thing. Okay, what? There's no evidence of any reason to be a buyer. It's just lower lows, lower highs. What? This would be the same thing I'm saying for every alt, right? Unless you're long-term committed to the potential of this to play, you know, a major role in the next generation of finance, the only reason to be a buyer here is because you're accumulating off of the long-term story, not from the technical action. There's no technical reason to buy that. You got, I mean, would you have conviction in the C wave coming down here? You see a clear count there? Well, I suppose that you could be mechanical about it here, as in, okay, well, I've got a clear channel. Let's break, right? At least a little micro change here, right? So that's the last swing high that led to those lows. Okay, can I get a little break here and then you can get into a 3? Did I get a 5 here? Okay. I'm at 5 cents. .03, getting to 0.06. You can double your money. Is that what you want? I mean, you've got the conditions for it. Oh shit. Well, that's not great, right? If you're coming from this, where's your 2? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like there's a 5 to finish it. It does, actually. What's the first thing you're going to hit? You're going to hit Al, right? He's always going to be there, right? Don't forget that. You got to get through him. Him, right? I personalize it, but just so you don't forget. All right, Al's going to be there. You got to get through, right? And then what is he going to do next? You're going to be up there. So you got a long way to go, right? So into this 1, 2. All right, now you got something you can work with. Here, you're trying to pick the turn, right? Same thing, right? Why? No reason. Tau, all right. Looked at this one. Tau, where do we want to go with that? Well, I guess we'll go, oh, is that right? No. Is it Toad? Fuck me. Is that right? No, it can't be. Tau. That's Toad. I don't want Toad. I guess that's all I got. Jesus, that can't be. On Poloniex? God, does Poloniex even exist anymore? No, it's not. Whoops. Tau. Oh, T-A-O. My bad. There we go. All right, pardon me, guys. Typo. Never looked at Tau that I can recall, but or I must have looked at it sometime. Okay, on Binance. Same thing. Why would you buy that? Well, it doubled down here, man. I could buy it, right? Look at double bottom. Okay, all right, at least you can, oh Jesus, that's not great. Shaky, 1, 2, 3, 4, you got a little diag here to get that done. I mean, I suppose you could cling to, well, it didn't sweep the low. Guess you got that to cling to. Same thing, right? It's always the same process. Al involved. You tell me. Got paid. Remember, it's not a buying signal, but we understand what happened there, why that happened. All right, again, it's not why it moves, it's how it moves. Swing, retrace, golden, double here, algo kicks in. Well, this is pretty obvious, right? No, I'm on a daily, I wouldn't touch it until it breaks that. Why, right? Lower, 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 or 0. Well, you got a ways to go. So I'd do the same thing. I'd put I'm in the log here, so do I have it on there? I don't. Okay, right. We're breaking out of 2 standard deviations. Right? Pretty volatile. It's the same thing. Right, here's the wick, right? The wick of the rejection wick here. A, B, C, 3, 4. Looks okay. Well, fuck. What are you doing with that? W, X, Y, maybe. Wait. There's no. Don't. Can't. As a technician, you got to wait for that. Break it. Retrace. Because what do you have on the other side of it, right? I mean, if I were to add the, right, that's a break of structure down. Right, what do we anticipate after a break of structure, right? Not what do we know, what do we anticipate? Retrace. All right, got a big fair value gap here, right? So retrace, new lows, right? That's what you would assume until, you have to assume that until the market shows you otherwise. Otherwise, right, why would you assume, it's the same thing here, right? We break, we retrace. We break, we retrace, right? Until it changes, right? We have no evidence here of a change of trend, nothing, right? Other than, oh, I want that thing to go. Man, I know it's going to go. That's not trading. That's wishing. RUNE. Some names we haven't looked at in quite some time. I guess we're always on Binance. Let's go to, let's see if I've got enough history here. Oh shit, I gotta get log scout. Well, maybe not. Let's get him. Maybe I need more history. Where could I get full Coinbase? No, oh shit, that's where I was. RUNE. Oh fuck, I guess I gotta be on. There we go. Okay, and do I need to be in log? Yeah, but apparently so. Make you want to buy it? Well, looks like the market turned around. I just looked up and everything's now green. Okay, so something changed. Jesus, last time I looked, everything was red. Now everything's green. Strange times we live in. All right, so that means a tweet or something happened. Well, let's go with the let's keep it simple. Looks like you got a decent 5 here. Oh, well, looks like you're here. Now, but see, do you see the challenge with that here? I mean, there's the low where are we gonna sweep that low, right? It can't be a 1-2 if we sweep that, right? That's off the table. And we don't want to be connecting any of this, right? This, that's a completed impulse correction. What's left here, right? Is there anything that's unmitigated? Well, this is getting tapped right here. You could even be more, it could really, it's getting fully hit now. Tap, tap. Now, you don't want to buy that. And I shouldn't say it that way. My suggestion to you, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, wait, right? You got to wait for a break. Something, right, to show you, because otherwise, oh, that's it. I know it's going to go. Wait, oh, sorry. New lows. Oh, that's it. What's the last major swing, right? Now you have 2 of them, right? I'd want both of those, but I wouldn't touch it till it broke that myself. I want to see that. And then you've got this big imbalance here, right? Big fair value gap sitting right there, right? That's already been partially tapped. That's basing action, but you remember we're looking for a 5 to finish, right? Do we have a 5 to finish there? No. Again, you kind of wish it. Do I have it? Not really. Okay, well, maybe the 5's here. Do I have a 5 to start? Nope. Do I have a 5 to finish? Nope, it's been swept. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, you don't have anything. Now, I'm not, if you're determined to buy that, okay, maybe Is that an impulse? I propose not, but okay, maybe, you know, you're like just so determined you're going to think that. Jesus, not even that is going to do it here. A, B, C into the 4. Ugh, even that is just, it's just god awful, right? You'd have to do this. A, B, C. Fuck me, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. A, B. All right, you know, if you're really determined, right, to be a buyer, okay, maybe. I mean, is that, did somebody make some money here trading that? Yeah, they did. Right. Is that going to hold? Well, who knows? Oh God, that's fucking just awful, right? That doesn't look so good here. Even if I'm really generous, A, B, ugh, that's, you know, I'm on a 15-minute, right? You're going down here, right? You can squish something together because you want to see it. Okay, if that 5 completes, it's okay. I might get more interested. If we go 3, 4, 5, well, okay. Once we get this, right? Well, then I have something I can work with. We've come out of all this consolidation, right? I don't know that I would even include any of that. Right? I would just start here, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, give me that 5. Let me see it complete, and then I'll take a retrace. Right, at least I'd have signs, right? It'd be nice to see this get swept as well, right? See all. Oh, so you could do this a couple of different ways, right? Just all of that, right? Sweep it, right? That's a good target, right? If you're in this, right, that would be a logical target. This might be a second. If you're really enthusiastically bullish, oh, let me see if I can sweep that. Okay, 3 RUNE, right? Okay, that's good, right? I don't know whatever. I can't see what's happening, but I know that Jesus, something. Did Trump blink? Looks like he might have. Everything's ripping. Holy shit! Yeah, something happened. Something happened on the tariff front, or the Fed stepped in. I can't see what it is, but something happened. Okay, let me finish up here because now I'm curious. OP, right? So, how am I doing on time? OP. Let's go to a daily. Shit, my account's up $1,700. Okay, that's good. Not that I should. I shouldn't say that. I just happen to notice it, which is good because I go out of my way to not make this about me. It's unlike many, right, that are in this space. Right? I don't want it to make it about me. I want it to be about the methodology, not me. Right? I just happen to be someone who applies the methodology and teaches it. Okay, is Al involved here on OP? Well, kind of looks like it. Why do I do this? Why do I continually show you the same shit over and over again, right? So that you recognize how significant that is. There's no video I've ever done where I don't show it, dozens of times, right? So that you don't buy into it. I guarantee somebody did. Okay, so Al got paid there. Okay, do we have some sort of a? Oh fuck, that would be awful, but. Okay, I don't. The Elliott here is suspect, but let's right. We're definitely in log. Do we want to try and connect all of this? I think probably not. I'd be in the same camp here. Okay, sweep something. Sweep something. Give me something. Other than how do I know I have a low? Well, there's no knowing, but what would make me think I have a low? I got nothing to lean on, other than, well, I had a hunch. Maybe, this was unmitigated. True. Got a partial. Man, holy shit. Apple is up 6. Oh, something, right? He caved on them. Something happened. I can't. I'm curious. Have you guys? In case you're not aware yet, Trump paused tariffs for 90 days. Yep, I figured it. But it had to be something, right? That was always the danger of shorting today, or even this week. It was just you knew he was going to flinch. Too much pressure. Thanks for letting me know who was that, Eduardo. Yeah, I looked at my I keep Thinkorswim off to the right. Jesus, now it's up on 1800, right? Good day, good day. Okay, all right, so that's neither here nor there. Okay, all right, so what do we got here? What do we got here? Well, it looks like you got a 5 coming down. Wishful thinking. Doesn't look like that's a 5. But maybe, all right, things are changing. God, that makes me really want to see what Bitcoin's doing. What are we doing here? 82. This is a really difficult count, right? The guys and I on my team, right? Again, some of the best Elliotticians anywhere. I got 4 master technicians. We're wrestling with the idea, do we have a triangle X here into an AB, right? Is this a B? This doesn't look like it's finished. I digress here. Let me finish with the Twitter stuff. Okay, so ARK, and then we'll carry on. What a shock, right? Mr. I shouldn't say all that stuff. I know I catch myself all the time. Most people know how much I loathe the human. Okay, but we got to trade with him. Okay, RUNE. ARK. Oh, that's so much chop. You know, I hate to see that, right? It just makes me, when I bring up a chart like that, now you might say, okay, well, it's, you know, the recent material, but that's a daily chart, right? This is not, well, when did tariffs start, right? I guess here. Can we count that? You know, when it's that bad, I prefer to often just go to a line chart of the closes. Can we see it here? Probably see it better. I don't know, right? Looks better to me. I think when they're really that spiky and choppy, which you do see a lot in alts, right, or low volume coins, this can be a better way, right, to say, okay, what's really happening here? Is this an A, B, C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a DAG? Actually, looks like it might be. I want to be a buyer. Well, that's looking a little more interesting. Now let's get back to here. See, I mean, look at the distortion, right, that this creates, that we lose here, right? It's just all wick, right? Again, I will give him credit when he says something intelligent. ICT, wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story, right? It closes, you can think of it that way. 1, 2, right? You want to buy that? Well, let's see how far we get here. Let's go to an hourly. Well, we swept the low here, which is not what, well, that low swept, right? And then you get displacement, right? I'm assuming, right, everyone knows what I mean by that. Here's the sweep, and then here's the imbalance, right? The displacement, the fair value gap that's now been tapped, right? Look, this is actually good here, just a little contemporary TA, right? Here's the sweep of the low. How do we know it's muscle here, right? Because look at the displacement, right? So we leave the imbalance, and the market likes to come back to fill that. Right, so that would be, oh shit, is that Al2? It might be. Yep. I don't know if I get it right on there. Wicks, right, but closes or hold the 65, right? You got third target on that one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't say I like that. That's all lower, 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 lower. I'd hold on this, right? That's the, what's your edge here? We didn't get a higher high here. Now granted, so again, I would come back here. Why? What would your thought be? Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have a massive 4 that's wildly imbalanced with the 2, right? Is that what we're doing? You know, I don't like to go down to lower than that, because right then you're into just crazy town, right? Everything gets, is this a truncated fifth? All right, is it an ABC? it's nothing I would trade yet right now. Give it some time. I'm telling you, right, when you go below 60-minute, Elliott Wave just becomes the people that shit on it, right, that's where they can do it. Because it's just so unclear. We stay out here where, okay, I can really see the waves developing here. Now, would you trade that? Well, what do you got to, just as a reminder, because it's really easy to forget. You start thinking, oh God, I know where this is going. We don't know shit, right? Nothing's going to happen until that breaks. We do not get out of the hole, right, until you've cleared all of the algo resistance. Shit, is that even the low? That might be the low there, right? Yeah, you got more to go here. So we have to start here, right? So it can't be 1, 2. So it has to be, is that my 1, right? Or do I have more to go here? See, that's where I would just go, okay, I'm not worried about this going to the moon. Okay, if it gets up here and does something like that, okay, fine, I'll take the retrace. Maybe it's a shallow retrace, but at least I'm going to have something I can lean into. Or again, you have to think back, okay, if I'm reviewing this trade, right, in my trading journal, you're keeping a journal, right? If I'm reviewing my trade, right, because, you know, if you're swing trading, you have plenty of time to journal it. And I look at this, you know, are you going to have a rational explanation for why you bought that there? Well, I was pretty sure it was are you? You're thinking 1, 2, 3? Is that an impulse? Right? Can we be as accommodating as possible? Okay, maybe you're talking yourself into something like this. Okay, but let it finish. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if we get that, okay, I got something I can work with. This. That's no edge, right? I promise you, that's you get better odds in Vegas, right? Free drinks. ARK, last one, GMT. Oh fuck, let's go to Coinbase. Okay. GMT. Do I have that right? That seems weird. Fuck if I don't even know what that is. Why the fuck do I not know what that is? Let's see. It's got to be this. Let's see. Over here it says GMT and the other one. Huh. Weird. I don't know what this is. Or why that is. I'm assuming that's what he wants. Okay, launch. Do we have to be in log scale? Well, it kind of looks like it. Let's take it out of log scale. Oh, why don't I know what GMT is? I want it. It's not GRT. I don't know what the fuck it is. Okay, well, we pretty much have to be in. Let's do this. Okay, last one, then we'll get out of here. All right, well, we begin and we end in 5s. Could we be done there? Well, it just it looked like you had a shot at a 1-2 there, right? Because you put it here. That looks like a better finish. But we can't go A, B, C and call that the low, right? We can't do that. So that's tough on 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck, it's kind of the same problem, right? Why are you buying that? Why? What again? If you brought that up in your journal a year from now, what would you describe as bought GMT based on What? Well, we swept the low. Yeah, he did sweep the low. Any displacement? Well, maybe going in. Let's go to a 1. One, 2. Does that look like a 1? I'm on a 1 hour. That's a stretch, right? When you go down here, it gets really gnarly. Is that a clean impulse? Not really. Well, maybe you get one coming out of here. Okay, so what are you doing with this? Would this be how you're going to rationalize it? What you're thinking? I suppose so. Oh, fuck, looks like you're going to have to do W, X, Y because I got an A. Your best case here is A, B, C. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's being pretty generous here to the Elliott work. But you got something. At least you got something to work with here. Oh fuck me, come here. Interesting. 1, 2. Okay, if this is going to break, and we might reconsider this. Might be 1, 2, 3. I'll leave that there. Extension in the 5th. Right. Let's see how far that goes. We're doing. Well, I said I'm on a 15-minute, right? All right, just to leave you with a reminder. You're not in the clear until you get on the other side of that. Period. 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 What is that? 5 cents. Let's get that tight. Algo doesn't care about your Elliott count. Right, we use that to try and make sense of it. So see if we can find an edge. Right? Do we have an edge here? It's okay. Maybe you're starting on one. I'd want to see that finish. Here's the major change right here. Major break. I want to see that break up here. 1, 2. All right, let that complete. Right, if that's what it's going to do. If we're going to do this and get that 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, if we get this, remains to be seen where that's going. Right, remember we're not trying to predict. We're trying to work with. Right, where's the path of least resistance? Where is the resistance? Is this impulsive, right? If it's moving impulsively, what do we want to look for? We want to look for the correction. We want to look for the 3s. Are we sure that's an impulse? Well, it's got the makings of it. Okay, just let it do what it's going to do, right? Like if you're not in it, right? If you're not in it, like if you're seeing it for the first time, I'm not in it. I'm seeing it for the first time. Okay, if I'm seeing that, okay, maybe I want to get this on my watch list. Well, let's see how far that goes, right? It's going to run. There's going to be lots of, if I did this, there's going to be plenty of volume here. You're going to have, we're banging the POC, right? So you're going to have a high volume node here, right? This POC is not a good place to enter. It's a good target. If it gets passed and comes back for a retrace, possibly, but that's not a place to enter. I would encourage you to think twice about entering at the POC, right? It's the agreed to price. Everybody agrees that's the fair price. So what's your edge? Well, I didn't think that was fair. I thought it was going much higher. I thought it was undervalued. Well, okay, but that's you, right? What does the market think? What is it? I mean, we all, right? We're kings of our own castle, but okay, that's not what trading is about. I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to jump off. I think we did. 1:30. Okay, again, live streams vary from stream to stream, right, based on the timing and what's going on. Hopefully, that what you get from it is process, right? That there's a very clear process. We approach them the same way every time. That is our edge, right? That's why we do it that way, right? So again, these are all things that were taught to me that are proven over many, Elliott Wave, almost 100 years of precedent. Everything else, right, you learn by watching and seeing, right? Again, I try not to. ever make it about me, just to make it about the methodology. Okay, with that, guys, I wish you a good afternoon. Hopefully we're through maybe the worst of the